All right, guys, welcome back to Gospel News. Let's go straight to the reason why we are here. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has gotten a boost by his international lawyer known as Bruce Fein, as he writes United Nations Secretary General and others, demanding that Nigeria be expelled from United Nations over serious violations of the Charter. Okay, he has written a letter telling them to remove Nigeria for the extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu. Although it's not the first time that they are writing such letters, it's been a while. Every now and then, writing to United Nations, remove Nigeria, remove Nigeria. But it seems that these things are not getting any tract at all. It's just like pouring water on a stone. Every time is the same story. Nothing is actually coming out of it. They say that the United States Council of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, which is this yellow man you have on the screen here, Bruce Fein, has called for the expulsion of Nigeria for serious violations of the United Nations Charter in the illegal prosecution of his client. This was contained in a letter Fein wrote to the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, President, United Nations Security Council Nicolas de Riviere, and the President, United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency Denis Francis. Now, in the letter dated March 13, 2024, titled Expulsion of Nigeria for Serious Violations of United Nations Charter, Bruce Fein enumerated Nigeria's serious violation of UN Charter to which Nigeria is a signatory, including the hanging of an environmental advocate on behalf of the Ogoni people, Ken Saro-Wiwa, and its ongoing alleged genocide of Biafrans featuring industrial-scale atrocities. According to this lawyer, Bruce Fein, the peaceful calling for a referendum permitting Biafrans to vote on whether to establish an independent nation of Biafra with boundaries to be negotiated by his Nnamdi Kanu is protected under Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. He cited Article 6 of the United Nations Charter, which provides for the expulsion of a member for persistently violating Charter principles, noting that Nigeria has easily met the standard for expulsion with its illegal prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu, among others. While noting that the Nigerian government was not interested in the prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu, he explained that its ultimate aim was to kill Kanu in solitary confinement at a security cell like Russia's Alexei Navalny. The letter, which Sarah reporters obtained on Thursday, partly read, on July 20th, 2022, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention issued an opinion finding that Nigeria violated 16 international human rights covenants in the kidnap, torture, and extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu from Nairobi, Kenya to Abuja, Nigeria, in conspiracy with the government of Kenya on or about June 2021. The opinion ordered Mr. Kanu's immediate and unconditional release and reparations, but Nigeria has ignored its United Nations international law obligation to comply since Mr. Kanu's illegal detention nearly 3 years ago. Now, they say that Mr. Kanu has been held in solitary confinement without access to necessary and urgent medical care and legal counsel by Nigeria's security services. He said that there is no trial date and the charges against Mr. Kanu keep changing, like weather vane. The government of Nigeria is hoping that Kanu will die in prison like Russia's Alexei Navalny. Nigeria's court have already held that Nigeria attempted the assassination of Nnamdi Kanu at his home in September 2017 in a military attack, killing several others. He was denied bail on the outlandish Kafkaesque theory that in fleeing to save his life, Mr. Kanu violated the terms of his initial release in 2015. It added, on December 15, 2023, the Nigerian Supreme Court acknowledged that the criminality of Mr. Kanu's extraordinary rendition from Nairobi to Abuja, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the Nnamdi Kanu case. The court concluded, nevertheless, that the Nigerian government could profit from its crime by prosecuting Mr. Kanu, who came within Nigeria's jurisdiction by flagrantly illegal means, as found by the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention. Now, they say that, for example, violations of Article 9 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, to which Nigeria is a signatory. Now, with all these observations and clear evidence that these people, this Nigerian government and the country as a whole, has violated the United Nations Charter, which they are a signatory to. Will the United Nations take any action against Nigeria? This is not the first time that this man is writing this detailed article. Neither is he the first person to even bring the notice to the United Nations. A lot of people have written to them, a lot of petitions. But at the end of the day, we don't see any actions coming from this group of people, including the International Criminal Court sitting in Hague. As it is now, we have not gotten any form of response from these people condemning the Nigerian government's actions. Now, they say that the Nigerian Supreme Court decision makes Nigeria an outlaw nation. It is now free to kidnap citizens in other countries for extraordinary rendition to Nigeria for prosecution with impunity under Nigerian law. The decision flowed preamble of the United Nations Charter expressing a determination to establish conditions under which justice, respect for the obligations arising from treaties and other sources of international law can be maintained. So it is a very big shame that the United Nations and their groups cannot take any action against Nigeria for this violation of international laws. Rather, they are still doing businesses and acting as if this act of violation does not matter. Of course, it matters because Nigeria should be standing out amongst other nations of the world. Now, Article 6 of the United Nations Charter provides for the expulsion of a member for persistently violating Charter principles. Nigeria easily meets the standard for expulsion, including its illegal prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu, the hanging of environmental advocates on behalf of the Ogoni people, Ken Saro-Wiwa, and its ongoing genocide of Biafrans featuring industrial-scale atrocities. In conclusion, with his article here, Bruce Fein is urging the United Nations General Assembly, Security Council, or Secretary General to appoint a commission of impartial human rights experts to advise whether Nigeria should be expelled under Article 6. The human rights credibility of the United Nations is in the balance if they continue to uphold this violation of human rights being committed by the Nigerian government in broad daylight. So it is obvious that these people does not want to do anything. It is almost 3 years now, and then the United Nations have not issued any statement concerning this abuse of power by the Nigerian government, who kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu in 2021 under the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari. You see that? So I don't know if they are going to act based on this plea by Bruce Fein, who is a U.S. lawyer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let's see if there will be result this time around, because the writing is becoming too much, yet no result from any quarters of the world. I'm moving away very quickly from there. We want to go to Anambra State, where the governor, Governor Soludo, is saying that he's commissioning a lot of roads, and he's copying the governor of Abia State, which is Governor Alex Uti, in building many roads, you know, to make sure that Anambra grows higher. According to what he wrote on his Instagram page, he said, "Mine is not to commission any road, but to get the job done. The Niger Street and Port Harcourt Road in Onitsha have been completed over 2 months ago, with our people already enjoying the ease of movement of people, goods and services. Today, we formally joined the road users and owners of the infrastructure as they commissioned the project before a crowd of resident traders and commuters. Onitsha has risen, never to fall no more. Gradually, we shall make our homeland livable and prosperous. Now, that is what we are talking about. If these Southeast governors can get their jobs well done, then we will have nothing to worry about. At least our worry will be less. Then we start looking for the federal positions when it is our turn now, because Nigeria is a failed state which has refused to recognize the Igbo people inside. I will play you the video from that state. But before we do that, Nigerian soldiers deployed to end plateau killings lament poor feeding by superiors. You can see the kind of food that they are being fed. This is food given to soldiers who are fighting insurgency and maintaining peace in Plateau State. What a shame. Our federal government does not have shame. Even though this is in public domain, they will not investigate it. They will still sweep it under the carpet. This is not the first time that we are hearing that soldiers sent to the front line, including those fighting Operation Hardenkai in Borno State, are still being underfed, and they are crying out every day over this Oga, them at the top, who are looting and eating what they are supposed to use to feed the regular soldiers fighting the real battle, while those in offices having big belly, getting pregnant every day, are eating what belongs to thousands of soldiers. What a shame. So Tinubu should do something very quickly to rescue these soldiers who are fighting in the front line. Let's quickly go back to Anambra State and see how Soludo commissioned these streets.
Several states you have, just the capital city is the only city. In Anambra, our own capital is not in our biggest city. Our capital is at Oka, but Onitsha is our biggest city. And if Onitsha doesn't work, then Anambra won't work. If Onitsha doesn't work, Southeast does not work. And that's why we are very deliberate about regenerating Onitsha. We are very deliberate about breathing back life into Onitsha. Onitsha, the largest commercial and industrial hub of the Southeast, the largest city in the Southeast, our commercial hub, the largest commercial hub in West Africa, but went down. I remember this road, I plied it during the rainy season. And after plying through this particular portion where we are today, you will think as if they carried mud and poured on your car, because you will be swimming, through rivers, emergency rivers and lakes, isn't it? But this particular road, the Niger Street, is a very critical one. Those who bringing in their container loads into the main market, the largest market in West Africa, now have a smooth ride to main market. We're doing over 400 kilometers in the 21 local governments in Anambra. And by Saturday, Sunday will be our second anniversary. By Saturday, we are on course to be able to have asphalted about 247 kilometers. That's an average of about 10 kilometers a month in 24 months. And a quality that Anambra State has not seen before. Subcement stabilization, stone base before the thick asphalting. And much of these roads guaranteed to last for at least 20 years. Once again, that because we've kicked out or largely kicked out our boroughs from the streets and from the markets, that people are once again coming from all over the country to shop in Onitsha, the largest market in West Africa. So Onitsha is rising. When we say for the poor people, we're saying they should not only breathe, we say they should get up and run. Roads have been completed some months ago and our people have been enjoying freely, isn't it? Yes.
So that's Governor Soludo there commissioning. So I don't know whether this road now in build that have been a people build. We ain't go the commission free road. Soludo go and repair Anambra State because he says solution now be your name. If you know repair them, we'll continue to call you out until you do the needful. Because we know they tolerate rubbish. Go and do all the roads with the Anambra State because now wait till you say you want to go do. Maybe so now go become governor and go there, go they chop money alone. Lie. Tomorrow now they will begin the pro bono. They seize properties. And all the properties where they don't seize from owner. Now Abuja go get her. All the money where they don't they seize from all the past government officials. Now Abuja go collect her. No one go remain in the southeast or the state where you come up from. They no go return them there. Say, oh yeah, you looted so amount from this state. Oh yeah. Give it to the present governor, make it take and do work. Lie. Now Abuja get them. So it's a very big loss. That is why anybody will be say a thief from Igbo land will not spare that person. The person needs to, if na hang, made in hanger, may die. Because the money will not go feel recover them again. Now Abuja go come carry them. So what is our own gain? That's why we say me una they do things so that if we not do and we go know say na be our own benefit. Because we don't support criminality here. And so it take be. I go see you now for the next update. Share this video.